Hey everybody, how you doing? My name's Sarah. I'm so happy that you're here practicing with me. Today's class is called Honey Flow. And for me, Honey Flow means moving our limbs super slowly through space, imagining that the air has a little bit of thickness to it or resistance in order to inspire slow, focused movements. And I find that in my own practice, when I move like this, move through honey, move with awareness, and move in a really slow and luxurious way, I'm able to tap into my sensorial experience. So, deeper than the postures, today's practice is about feeling into every bit of your experience, every bit of the moment, extracting more from each moment, feeling more. And at the end of practice, we will do a pranayama, a breathing exercise in place of Shavasana. But if you'd like to just kind of stop the video and practice your Shavasana instead, please do that. Okay. Let's get right into it. You'll probably want two blocks today, or just two things that are the same size or same height that you can slide underneath your hands. We'll start in downward facing dog. So let's just get right into it. You can start in tabletop pose and spread the fingers nice and wide to start. Make sure you're really rooted in the hands. Firm the wrists and the forearms in, turning on the shoulders. And then curl the toes under, push down through the heels of the hands, glide your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And since we're getting right into down dog, feel free to pedal out through your feet, bending your knees, tapping right into the breath. And so we know the breath is one of the best ways to inspire slowness and to dive into our senses, into our sensations, and to enhance those sensations. So as you inhale, think about expanding through the body. And exhale, soften in. You can keep pedaling out a little bit more or come to a place of stillness. Either way, drive energy down through the heels of the hands, lengthening your arms and your spine. Let the backs of the knees be supple, a little bend to the knees so that the tailbone can float up. As you inhale, expand the back and the sides of the ribs. And as you exhale, hug the front ribs in. Good. On an inhale, starting from the back of your heart, start to wave forward into plank pose. So it's kind of like you're moving through cat pose as you come forward into plank, moving like a wave. Stack the shoulders over the wrists, hug the navel in, lengthen the tail back. And exhale, soften the knees, go back, downward facing dog. Imagine yourself like that wave. Really slowly glide forward into plank. Heart reaches forward, gaze reaches forward. Exhale, soften the knees, hips lead you back, downward facing dog. One more time. Ripple forward, high plank, using the whole inhalation. Enjoy the experience. Exhale back, downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, lift both heels nice and high. Stay in your down dog shape, just spin both heels over to the right. Bend through the knees a little bit, but keep pushing down through your hands and reaching your hips up and back. Side stretch through the left side. Peel your left hip away from your left shoulder, expanding through the left side ribs. And then inhale into that whole left side. Exhale. Inhale back to center, heels lift high. Exhale, heels spin to the left. Soften up the knees a little bit, but keep pressing down through the hands, staying in your down dog shape. Peel your right hip away from your right shoulder. And breathe into all of the nooks and crannies in your right side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to downward facing dog. Keep the heels lifting really high. Keep pushing down through the hands the whole time. And start to slowly, slowly, slowly walk your feet up toward your hands. Now, each time you lift the foot, you're going to plug the thigh up into the hip to create space to glide that foot forward. So see if you can keep your legs straight for as long as you can. So as you draw the leg forward, you're hugging it toward the front of the body. Push down through the hands. Tippy, tippy toe up to the top of your mat. Whoo! Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can come to your shins. Exhale and fold. Bow over your legs. Good. Bring your fingertips out in front of your feet. If you need to bend the knees to do that, go ahead. Fingertips ground down, and you're going to lift halfway as much as you can. And if you need to bend the knees a little bit more to lift the chest, then go ahead and do that. Keep the fingertips rooted and feel like you're trying to drag your fingertips toward your toes. That will wake up the upper back. Slide the shoulder blades down toward the waist. Send your heart forward. Good. And then as you exhale, push your fingertips down and forward to start to round a little bit through the upper back, drawing yourself into a forward fold. Inhale, soften the knees, pull the fingertips back toward the toes, halfway lift. Exhale, push the fingertips forward and fold. One more inhale, halfway lift, fingertips drag back toward the toes. Exhale and fold, hug your front ribs in. Good. Inhale, start to come through that halfway lift, rise all the way to stand, reach the arms high, and then pick up your your right knee into your chest. Root down through the left foot, digging the left heel down. Stay here or extend your right heel forward, straightening through the right leg. Maybe you lower the leg to get it straight. Dig down through the left heel, reach up through the arms. Hug your outer hips toward each other, hugging toward the midline of the body. Inhale here, feeling all of the quivers, all of the shakes. That's a part of it. And then exhale, soften your left knee, fly back, warrior three. Sweep your right leg behind you, sweep your arms behind you. Chest reaches forward like cobra pose. Hug your outer left hip in. Hug your right inner thigh in toward the midline. Stretch the right heel back and the heart forward, and breathe here. Stay buoyant through your left leg, so keep the left knee bent. We're stable but not stiff. Stable but fluid. Good. Inhale, reach your right heel and your heart away from each other. Exhale, step back, crescent pose. Right toes land at the back of the mat, arms sweep up toward the sky. Inhale, hug your outer left hip back and in. Stretch your heart toward the sky. And then bring your hands down to the mat, framing your front foot. This is where you might want blocks underneath your hands. Pop up onto fingertips or hands to blocks. Halfway lift on the inhale, stretch your heart forward. Keep your right heel lifted. Glide your hips back into this pyramid variation. So keep the feet where they are. Right heel is going to stay lifted, but it might sink a little bit toward the ground. Straighten through the left leg. Hug your left hip crease back as you drag your right thigh forward. Good. Inhale, lunge back, forward. Left knee bends, heart scoops forward. Exhale, glide the hips back and bow over your left leg. 3 more times with breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale 2. And exhale. Feel each part of the movement. Moving slowly. One more time. Feeling that thickness to the air around your body. Exhale, glide the hips back, straighten the left leg. We'll come back forward into the lunge. You can keep the blocks there if you want to, or come onto fingertips. Push the fingertips down, spread the shoulder blades away from the heart, rounding the upper back. Push down to the feet, lift the hips a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze your left knee to your chest, left heel to your left sitting bone, taking kind of this tiger curl. Good. And then back to downward facing dog. Inhale, glide forward to plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, curl up and lay your head back, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Hips glide back nice and slow. Lift both heels up nice and high, spin them over to the right, taking that side bend. Stay here or root down into your right hand. Step your left foot behind you for wild thing. Spin the hips and the heart toward the sky. Push down to the heel of your right hand. Stretch your left arm by your left ear. Lift your sitting bones up as you press down through the feet. Inhale, expand to the whole left side. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Good. Lift both heels high, inhale. And exhale, tippy toe your feet up towards your hands. Try to keep your legs straight, plugging the top of the thighs into the hips, pressing down through the hands. Woo. Inhale, fingertips down, halfway lift. Drag the fingers back toward the toes. And exhale to fold. Inhale, rise to stand, sweep the arms high. Root into your right foot as you pick your left knee up to your chest. Arms reaching toward the sky. Hug your outer hips in, hugging everything toward the midline of the body. Dig down through the right heel. Stay here with the knee bent or kick the left foot forward, straightening the leg, engaging your quadriceps. And feeling all of the shakes is part of it, right? It's the calibration that happens to make you stronger, to make you more fluid, more graceful. That's what I tell myself, at least as I'm shaking here. Reach forward to the left heel, dig down to the right heel. Inhale. And then exhale, soften up that right knee as you fly back into warrior three. Left leg sweeps back, arms sweep back by your side. Ooh, feeling the little movements here. And little kind of movements and shakes are great because it means we're not stuck. Right? So that right knee is slightly bent so that we stay fluid and buoyant. Left heel stretches back as the heart stretches forward. Energize through your whole body, finding length. Inhale. Exhale, stretch the left toes toward the back of the mat, land them down. Sweep your arms up into crescent pose as your right knee bends over your right ankle. Lift the back of the spine into the front of the spine, reaching, reaching, reaching. Exhale your hands to the mat, framing your front foot. Hands can be on the mat or bring your hands to your blocks. Stretch your left heel back and your heart forward. Inhale. Exhale, glide your hips back, straightening your right leg and letting your left heel sink toward the ground any amount. Roll your outer right hip back and in. Soften your neck, soften your head. We go a few more times. So as you inhale, you'll glide forward into your lunge, reaching the heart and the gaze forward out in front of you. Exhale, moving slowly, glide back and bow over your right leg. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. And as you move, let the length of your breath harmonize with the length of your movement. And really allow your pose to serve your breath. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come forward. You can keep your hands on blocks for this move or take the blocks away. Push down into the blocks or into the mat. Straighten your arms and round your upper back, making space. Inhale. Exhale, hug your right knee up and draw your right heel toward your right sitting bone. So you're in a 3-legged plank, hugging that right knee up and in. Good. Step back into downward facing dog. If you have the blocks, go ahead and remove them. Inhale to plank pose. Shift forward. Keep shifting forward as you lower on the exhale, belly hugs in. Inhale into your back bend. Roll the outer shoulders back, widen the chest. Exhale, hug the belly and ribs in, downward facing dog. Lift both heels high, and then spin the heels over to the left. Stay here in the side bend, or ground down into your left hand. Step your right foot behind your left, maybe a little bit up toward the top of your mat, coming into your wild thing. Press the heel of your left hand down and forward to stay stable through the shoulder. Pick your hips and your chest up. Reach your right arm by your ear back behind you. Lift the sitting bones up. Press the feet down. And then press the shoulder blades softly forward into the heart to arch back. Inhale into your right side. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale there, recenter. Empty out, exhale. Inhale, lift the heels really high. Keep pushing down through the hands like you're trying to push the ground away from you. And then tippy toe your feet up toward the top of your mat. As you lift the foot, hug the thigh up into the hip. Drawing the leg toward the front of your body. Leaning the weight forward into your fingertips as the feet get closer to the hands. Halfway lift. Inhale, stretch your heart forward. Slide the shoulder blades down. And then exhale to fold. Good. Halfway lift, inhale. And then bend the knees, sink the hips all the way down onto your mat. All right. Maybe you just plop down. And then go ahead and stretch your legs out in front of you. And you can take the flesh from your seat and kind of pull it back so that you're sitting more toward the front of your sitting bones and trying to tilt the pelvis forward. And then you're just going to walk your heels in towards you and bend your knees and just give yourself a little hug because that feels nice. You're going to wrap your arms underneath your legs, underneath your knees, and hold opposite forearms or maybe opposite elbows. Stretching the back body here a little bit. Let your gaze fall down towards your legs. And if you want to play with this a little bit more, maybe go a little bit deeper, you can start to wiggle or slide your heels forward any amount. Kicking out through the heels and pulling your toes back toward your face, keeping some activity through your legs. And take a moment to quiet here a little bit, to settle, to soften in toward yourself. With each inhale, let the breath expand the back of your body. And exhale, soften your front body toward your legs. And 2 more. Inhale. And exhale, 1. Inhale. And exhale, 2. And you might walk your heels back towards you. Bend the knees, unravel the arms from underneath the legs. Good. And then here we'll take Janu Shirshasana. So you'll take your right leg out at an angle to the right, a little bit wider, and you'll slide your left heel up into your pelvis, up into that upper right inner thigh. Take your right hand to the top of your right thigh, and then just start to slide your hand down the leg, and it might fall to the shin. Maybe your hand wraps around the top of your ankle and you land your right elbow on your right shin. Left arm will sweep up toward the sky for a side bend as you arch over to the right. Okay, and if you need a little bit more support, you could always take a block and place it inside of your right leg and rest your elbow there. You can always stay up on the hand, so the hand might stay on the leg and you're more lifted. And then use your right hand or your right elbow to push out into the right leg to help turn the ribs and the heart up toward the sky. Outer left hip gets heavy toward the ground as you reach long through your left fingertips. An option to take your left hand and hold the back of your head, letting your head kind of lay back into your hand, curling the chin up a little bit. Inhale into the whole left side. Exhale, hug the belly in and use your left arm to help you back up. Oh, oh my gosh, that's good. I hope it was good for you too. That does something to me. Okay, and then you're gonna take that right leg and draw it in, and you're gonna step your right foot outside of your left knee for Ardha Matsyendrasana seated twist. Okay, so that left heel stays close to the pelvis, right foot is outside of the left knee. Bring your right fingertips to the floor behind your back. Wrap your left arm around your right leg, so you're giving yourself another hug, and hug your right knee toward your left shoulder. Push the right fingertips down into the mat to extend through your spine and lift your heart up. Inhale. And then exhale, pull the knee in and twist toward the right, spinning the left side of your belly toward your inner right thigh. And then notice where you want your gaze to fall. Maybe you start to play with tracing your gaze toward the back of your mat. And scoop the right shoulder blade onto the back of the heart, widening the right side of the chest. Inhale, lift through the heart. And exhale. Inhale, spin back through center. Lengthen out the legs in front of you. We'll take our Janu Shirshasana side bend. So that right heel will slide up into the pelvis and the left leg is extended straight, but it's out at an angle. You'll kick through that left heel to energize the left leg. Left hand to the top of your left thigh, and then just start to slide that left hand down and notice where you want to stop. Maybe left hand to shin, or maybe you wrap your left hand around the top of your left ankle. Right arm reaches up toward the sky, and then take your side bend over toward the left. Letting the torso tip over toward the left thigh. And then use your left hand or your left elbow to push out into your left leg a little bit, pushing toward the left to turn your ribs and your heart up to the right. And try and soften your outer right hip toward the ground, reaching away and out through the right fingertips. You might bend the right elbow and hold your head with your right hand, letting the head fall back into the hand, laying your throat back and lifting through your chin. One more inhale into the whole right side. Exhale, hug your belly back toward your spine. And use the right hand to help you back up. Inhale. Good. And then you'll just draw that left heel in and step it outside of your right knee. You'll probably need to draw your right knee a little bit forward to point in front of you as you come into your Ardha Matsyendrasana. Left foot outside of the right knee. And then from there, you'll take your left fingertips behind you as your base. Push down to the left fingertips and lengthen up through your spine. Lift up out of your lower back. Wrap your right arm around your left knee. Give it a good hug. And pull the left knee toward the right shoulder. Inhale, find length through the spine. Exhale, twist over toward your left. Spinning the right side of your belly toward your inner left thigh. And maybe you start to trace your gaze toward the back of your mat again, stretching and rotating through your neck. Scoop your left shoulder blade onto the back of your heart, widening the left side of your collarbone. And enjoy the breath. Notice how the breath expands the posture. Notice how the exhale might ground you in the posture, and how the inhale might open you up in the posture. Good. And then go ahead and spin back forward and unravel the legs. Come into your seat. If you want to practice pranayama, you could listen to my voice as you lay in Shavasana. You can pause and take Shavasana if you'd like to practice your pranayama. You can also do this on your back if you want to. Okay. Or come into your seat. You're welcome to slide a prop underneath the hips to stay a little bit more lifted through the spine and through the hips. And so today we'll practice Samavriti Pranayama. And pranayama, one of the definitions of pranayama is to expand or to extend or to lengthen the breath, which also lengthens or expands our energy and our capacity. So Samavriti is an even patterned breath. So I'll count the breath for you. It will be the same count inhale and same count exhale. So get settled in your seat or on your back, wherever you might be. Close the eyes or softly gaze at the floor in front of you. Inhale from bottom to top, lengthening up through your spine. Exhale top to bottom, grounding down through your sitting bones, whatever is touching the floor. One more inhale like that. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose, nice and slow, no rush. Keep the exhale, pausing at the bottom, and then inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slight pause. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slight pause. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one with this count. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time, inhale, 5. Exhale, 5. Last time, inhale for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 6. Exhale, 6. Empty out slowly. Last one. Inhale, 6. Fill the heart. Exhale, 6. Release the breath smoothly and slowly. Empty out all the way. Good. Normal breath in. And exhale it all out. Hands can rest on the thighs or maybe hands joined together in front of your heart. One more big breath together just to honor our practice today. Honor you for getting on your mat. And just to thank you for being here and for showing up. Inhale through the nose. And let it go. Exhale. Soften your chin to your chest. Maybe the thumbs rise up to the forehead. Thank you so much for practicing. Such a pleasure. See you soon.